Hello everybody, we've got a new poll from the Old School RuneScape team. I'm going to go ahead and vote in this poll. Now I'm trying this out in resizable mode. I'm going to try and zoom in to the questions, so hopefully it looks good. If not, I'll go back to fixed screen in the future. We'll see. So, with this priority poll, they want to see what types of content the community would like. Once they have a good idea of what updates are important to us, they can begin offering specific pieces of content in future dev blocks. So in this poll, low level means skill levels between 1 and 59, combat levels 3 to 75. Mid-level means skill levels between 60 and 85, and combat levels between 76 and 108. And high level means skill levels 86 and above, and combat level 109 and above. If you've not seen the developer blog yet, please wait to the end of the video to get a link for the dev blog. So starting off, question 1. Low level player versus monster content. What sort of priority do I have on this? I think it's not too important, so I'm going to say not very important. Question 2. Mid-level, player versus monster content. I think this is slightly more important, so I'm going to say this is important. And finally, question 3. High-level, player versus monster content. Now we've had a lot of that recently, so I'm going to say it's not very important. Next, question 4. Low-level skilling content. As much of a skiller I am, I don't think it's insanely important, so I'm going to say not very important. Question 5. Mid-level skilling content. I'm going to say that this is important. And finally, question 6, high-level skilling content. I think that that's probably important. Next, question 7, low-level quests. Now I've been thinking about this, and I think we've got a fair amount of low-level quests, so I'm going to say it's not very important. Mid-level quests. Now we've got a decent amount of mid-level quests, but you know what, I would like to see some quests in old school, so I'm going to say this is very important. And same with high-level quests. I think we need to get some mid to high-level quests, just so we can have more content for the more experienced players to play. Next, question 10. Quality of life updates. Obviously this should be a priority, but I don't think they should go overboard and make it EasyScape, but we can just see what they poll in the future. Question 11. Old school design clan system. Now I don't think this should be a priority, but I think it is quite important. I'm going to say it's important. Clans are hard to run, so if you do have some kind of system there, it makes it a lot easier. Question 12. Player versus player content. Now I'd say that this is quite important because there is quite a big player versus player community and they do fuel the economy. However, I'm not really a PvPer myself and I don't really see what they can add to PvP to make it more important. So I'm actually going to say it's not very important. Next, question 13. Giving players more tools to contribute directly to the development process. Now I'm really interested in the way games are made, and especially because I love RuneScape, I'd be really interested in that. I know a lot of other players just want content, however I think this would open up the world of more player design content competitions, and eventually would just make it so we get more content in game. Next, question 14. Solo content. Now I'm sort of neither here or there with solo content, and similar with group content. I think both can be good and both can be bad. I think I prefer group content over solo content, but it is a pain to get a group together. So I'm going to say that solo content is important, and I'm going to say that group content is very important. I'm going to go ahead and vote, and then we'll have a look at the results. So far, we've had 24,993 votes. Looking down at the low-level player versus monster content, it looks like it's not that important. Moving on to the mid-level player versus monster content, it looks like it's getting a bit more important. And then when we get to the high-level player versus monster content, it's a bit more evenly spread, but it looks like that should be a priority. Next, the low-level skilling content, and that looks like it's not very important. Mid-level skilling content is important, and finally high-level skilling content looks like it's a priority. Next, low-level quests look very unimportant. The mid-level quests actually have a bit more of a spread, but they are still important, and the high-level quests look like they should be a priority. Next, quality of life updates. They are also a priority. However, quite a few people have voted that this is important, and not many people have said it's not very important. Question 11, with the old school design clan system, many people have said that it's not very important. The player versus player content is actually quite evenly spread, so it looks like it's important-ish, but not heavily important. Question 13, giving players more tools to contribute directly to the development process. It's quite an interesting one. There's quite a lot of people saying that this is important, and there's quite a few people saying that it should be a priority. Next, we've got the solo content. Quite a lot of people say that that's a priority, and surprisingly to me, the group content is less of a priority to the solo content. However, it's still very important. So as a general rule, people prefer higher level content. It looks like they do like group content, however they prefer solo content, probably for the simple fact that it's much harder to organize a group. and it would look like they would prefer PVM and skilling content as opposed to things like PvP and quest content. However, it's interesting to note that the mid to higher level quest content did actually get a decent amount of votes, especially when compared to the PvP content. So we've only had 24,993 votes so far. If you haven't voted in this yet, make sure you go ahead and vote. It's very important that you let the old school RuneScape team know what you want in the game. If you're going to be voting in this poll, please click here for my devblog video. It covers all the things that you need to know about this poll. And if you want to watch the latest old school RuneScape update, please click here for boss room counters and platinum tokens. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with the old school RuneScape updates, devblogs and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.